Okay. Exactly 2 weeks before Yom Noraim, Rosh Hashanah. Before the Yom Adin, a day of judgment. So it's the season where everybody turns over a new leaf and makes resolutions. And we make an accounting for our deeds and how do we conduct ourselves during the year. What's the value of resolutions if many of them they don't follow through? But there's a lot can be said for resolutions, even though they're not always they don't always turn out in practice. But it's very important that to understand correctly and to have high ideals. Our sages tell us that when the Almighty was about to create the world, his original intention was to create the world with strict absolute justice, midas hadin. But then he realized the shortcomings and the failings and temptations what a human being has to contend with in his daily life. So in Yochel, the world would not be able to exist on strict justice alone. So Nas Yeshutav Midas Harachmin. With Midas Hadin, it couldn't, Midas Harachmin, it had to be also, there had to be with mercy as well. That's what the Almighty's original intention was, and how he finally created the world. Question is, why is it important? What can we derive? What lesson can we learn from this? What the Almighty's original intention was, and what is finally he decided to do. Whatever happened, happened. He decided to do this. What difference makes us what his original intention was? How does that? What can we learn from that? But when someone goes out to build a structure, so if the foundation is solid, level, the structure will stand. Even there might be a leaky roof. That doesn't affect it. But if the roof is complete and the structure is not solid, then it'll crumble. A person is judged both for his understanding and his ideals, and also for his deeds as well. If we start out with resolutions that 100%, our ideals are consistent, and they're right, they're sensible, ausgehalten, even though in practice we don't follow through. The Almighty takes into consideration, he takes a person, what he has to contend with. He has to make a living, he has a family, he has temptations, he has all sorts of problems. But he has to understand what's right. But if in his thinking, if he thinks that fine, it's good, no, I can do this, I can do that, it doesn't bother him, whatever he does, he has no conscience, he doesn't have an understanding of what's right, understanding what's right and what's wrong. If he's lacking that, if he's missing that basic to understand what's right and what's wrong, then he'll be judged much more harshly. So if our understanding is correct, that's why it's important for us to know what the Almighty's original thoughts were. It will, even though he originally intended to create the world with strict justice, so in our ideals, in our understanding, that's how we'll be judged, with strict justice. We must understand what's right and wrong. There's not a question of compassion, mercy, rachman, nothing like that. Understand, there's no reason why a person shouldn't understand what's right and what's wrong. Krumkeit, to be a thwarted thinking, that doesn't come into the picture. We have to understand what's right, what's wrong. If in practice we can't follow through, that's something else. The Almighty will take this into consideration. Chanani ben Akashi Oimer, Rosh HaKori Baruch Hu, L'Zakei Shesh Yisrael, L'Fikov, Kibbul HaTorah Mitzvos,